Welcome to the Panther Podcast, your glimpse into the heart of Fleming County High School. I'm Mr. Basotti, the assistant principal here at Fleming County High School, and I'm so excited to connect you guys to the incredible people and stories that make our school unique. In each episode, what we're going to do is we're going to sit down. I'm going to sit down with students, teachers, and other staff to hear their unique perspectives, celebrate in their successes, and give you guys an inside look at some of the great things that are happening here on our campus. So whether you're a parent, a student, or simply somebody who cares about our school community, this is your place to stay connected, to feel inspired, and to stay informed of what we're doing here at Fleming County High School. So today for our first interview, our first episode of the Panther Podcast, I wanted to bring in Mr. Hart to just kind of share a little bit about who he is and the vision that he has for Fleming County High School. So, Mr. Hart, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself first?
Yeah, so thanks for letting me be the guinea pig.
Yeah, that's right.
So I'm Austin Hart. I graduated from Fleming County High School in 2011. I went to University of Pikeville, graduated from there in 2015. But I've grown up my entire life in Fleming County. So it was just right. It just seemed just right for me to become a teacher.
That's right.
I became a teacher and wanted to start coaching. In my coaching career, baseball, swim. I didn't know I was going to do swim, but I've coached a little bit of everything here at Fleming County High School. And I started out as a math teacher, but I ended up being assistant principal for a couple years during COVID. That was rough.
Oh, yeah.
And then now I'm in my third year as principal here at Fleming County High School, and I love everything about it. I love everybody. The community members, the community support that we get, and it's just it's a small town that with big dreams and a big vision that we're going to talk a little bit about today.
That's right. So, having come up through Fleming County High School, you're now probably teaching or working with some of the teachers that you had as a student. So, what's that dynamic like to have some of these?
Yeah. So.
Teachers?
There's 4 or 5 teachers still in the school that was here when I was here back in 2011, and those are probably the best colleagues in the school to be around because they know me as a student,
right?
They know me as a colleague,
right.
And now they know me as a leader in the school. So it's a really fun dynamic that we have here because I know I've had them in classes, I've worked beside them, and now I'm with them in the admin side of things, and our teachers are really good with building relationships, and the teachers that are still around here now, the same ones that were here when I was here, are probably some of the best relationship builders that you can come across.
Right,
so.
and actually this year you even kind of crossed another threshold, I think, because you hired one of your former students here at the high school, right?
So I did. Tegan Lane was in my first math class that we had. She was in my 6th period, I think, back in 2015 in my first year. And it has really, having a student grow up in Fleming County schools, having that student in class, and then now being the leader of a building with that student working with me is really cool. It makes me feel old. But it's really cool in the fact that I get to see some of how I inspired her come out. And I just got out of a meeting with her that she was leading. And so she's a young leader that's really thriving here at Fleming County High School, and it makes me feel good to know that we are preparing those students.
That's right. That's got to be a good feeling. So over the summer, we've talked a little bit about inspiring and connecting our teachers with students and just that relationship building. Over the summer, we started to look at what the vision of the high school was previously, and kind of start to shift, maybe shift that to our student body now. So why don't you tell people, the people watching, what our current vision is, and maybe how we got to that.
Back in 2015, when I started, that we had a new principal, Stephanie Emmons, and we came up with a vision of prepare for college, prepare for career, and prepare for life, because success is the Panther way. And I kept that vision for my first 2 years as principal. And then last spring, we kind of got challenged to push that barrier, to get a little bit more personal with students. And get on the side of inspiring excellence,
Right.
shaping future leaders, which, as a matter of fact, is our new vision. At Fleming County High School, our vision is to inspire excellence, shape future leaders, and achieve distinction. We wanted to connect our vision with the district's vision, with the schools in the district, in a way that would be able to flow easy.
Right.
And we got together with students, teachers, staff members, community members to come up with this vision of inspiring excellence.
Right.
That's one of our big things, is to really personalize that vision and hone in on what students are as individuals.
Right.
So we've done interviews with all 700 students this year talking about our vision. We've done interviews with community members and staff members. So we're really getting everybody's input in on this, and this is that new vision is where we've come.
Yeah.
And it's been a really good year.
Right. And I think one of the things, and the reason why getting to that, and hearing all of the different people, all of the different stakeholders that participated in that I want you guys to understand is, when we come up with something like that within the school system, it's a collective effort. This isn't just one or two people sitting behind a desk brainstorming what the vision's going to be. We're asking students, we're asking other stakeholders, we're asking teachers for feedback into who we need to be as a school. So it's really cool to hear, how all of that came to be and how we're connecting it now. So we've actually got something really cool coming up here at the end of the year that just kind of further solidifies and goes along with that vision. And we're calling them exit interviews. They didn't used to be that. So why don't you tell the people a little bit about what's coming down the way and maybe how we're connecting that to the community here in Fleming County?
Yeah. So in the past, we've had TED Talks that every single student does a TED Talk at the end of the year. It's a story worth telling. And this year, we're kind of breaking out of the box.
Right.
So we're going to do exit interviews with all students, grades 9 through 12. Exit interviews for 9 through 11 in previous years has been in their English class. So we're moving out of the English class. We're involving the community.
Right.
So a couple weeks ago, the community members, you all have seen our Facebook post about community members needed.
Right.
So we've put that out there. We've gotten a lot of feedback on that, but I really wanted to just tell you all a little bit about what that is.
Yeah.
So those exit interviews are small table discussions with students. There's about 4 or 5 students per community member, and those students will be explaining what their BPI website is.
Yeah.
They're going to talk about their successes that they've had, the projects that they've done throughout the year. For freshmen, it's really to talk about how the beginning of their high school career is.
Right.
For sophomores, it's about how have I grown from their freshman year to their sophomore year. Junior year is an all-encompassing, what have I learned at Fleming County High School? How has it been personalized to me? And then senior year is a really cool one. This is the one I cannot wait for community members, for parents, for students. It's really cool. It's success.
Right.
And how do I, as a senior in high school, define success? Mm-hmm. So they are going to connect their BPI website, which is their website on everything that they've done throughout their high school career, with projects, with sports, with achievements, everything that you can think of that you've done in high school,
right,
and connecting that to success.
Mm-hmm.
And how does success that I say right now build for my future?
Right.
So how does my success now turn into success in my future?
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be really cool. We're trying to connect each senior with a community member that's in their pathway.
Yeah.
So, for example, if you're a nursing student, we're trying to connect you with someone in the hospital community.
Right.
If you're a welder, we want to connect you with somebody from the welding community. So literally any trade, any community member that wants to reach out and work with us on an interview, it's not a big thing. It's not a big public speaking thing. For the community member, it's small groups. But we would love to have you, and it's going to be a really cool couple of weeks here at Fleming County High School.
Right, and if you're interested in that, the QR code, we shared that on our our Facebook page and on our different social media for you guys to be able to connect with that. And we're going to make that as painless a process as possible. So if you're thinking about partnering with us in what we do, we're just collecting your information now. We're gonna show you guys what this looks like. Maybe even give you guys some example questions to ask within that. But we want your unique perspectives in the career fields that you guys represent coming in there, because there are going to be questions that a welder is going to think to ask a student who's interested in welding that we're not going to. From that medical perspective, coming from the medical side of things, and asking them questions that come specifically from your field is something that you guys are going to be able to contribute. So please, fill that out, connect with, what we're doing here. We would love to have you as a part of those evaluation panels that we're going to put up for these exit interviews. Yeah. So before we wrap this up, is there anything else that you want to share with for the good of the people?
Yeah. So I'm glad that you're getting this podcast together. I'm glad that this was the second take, because our sound didn't work on the first one. The first one was better than the second one. I mean, it's always better on the first one, right? Yeah. But no, I love this Panther podcast that you're putting together. This is going to be the only one with an administrator talking. Right. I was the guinea pig, so I got to be the first. But these podcasts are going to be really cool for our students to explain what they're doing in Fleming County High School. We see a lot of Facebook posts of pictures and students of them playing sports and their pathways, but do we ever really get to talk to those students and see how is this making an impact on you? And this is going to be really cool. I can't wait to see what's in store for the future.
That's right. So, guys, as we continue to do these, again, they're going to primarily be students. So come back and check out some of those stories and see the ways that our students are experiencing their high school career and the things that they're connecting with here within the walls of our school, but also out within the community. So check us out. Hopefully we'll have another one for you soon. We'll see you on the next one.